Unveiling London's Dark Past. 8 shocking facts about the Great Smog that killed 12,000. Number 1. Smoke-chugging chimneys became symbols of hard work. December 5, 1952. A chilling morning in London that changed everything. As 8 million residents lit fires, little did they know, the city was about to face a catastrophe. The city buzzed with life as power stations and workplaces burned coal, their chimneys proudly billowing smoke. In those days, the sight of industrial chimneys puffing away was a symbol of hard work and productivity. Smoke and smog were so familiar to London that it had a number of nicknames, including pea soup fog, because of the yellowish or green tint. Number 2. Warm air trapped coal smoke, creating the chilling smog. Imagine a city normally accustomed to smoke rising and drifting away. But on this fateful day, a warm air high-pressure system embraced London, holding cool air below. As afternoon descended, the sky transformed into a surreal yellow-brown hue. Funeral director Stan Cribb vividly describes the scene, likening it to a swirl of burning car tires. Surprisingly, initial reactions were muted. Heavy smog wasn't a novelty in London, plagued by the issue since the Industrial Revolution. Number 3. London trapped under a 5-day smog blanket with no escape. Little did anyone know, the next 5 days would plunge the city into an unrelenting grip of thick smog, with no wind to whisk it away. To make matters worse, temperatures fell, so everyone burned even more coal. Millions of residential fires contributed thousands of tons of smoke to the ever-denser cloud, creating a dark spectacle that seemed to have no end. Number 4. Sulfur dioxide from coal burning created a city enveloped in acidic haze. Enter the unseen threat, the atmosphere trapping sulfur dioxide, a byproduct of coal burning. As this gas mingled with London City's damp air, a sinister transformation occurred, akin to acid rain descending upon the landscape. The consequences were swift and severe. Visibility plummeted to near zero in certain areas. Schools closed their doors, boats on the iconic River Thames halted their journeys, and the vibrant notes of concerts were silenced. Number 5. When London's smog became so thick, feet became invisible. Picture this. The smog in London grew so thick that people couldn't even see their own feet. Stepping outside, the once familiar footpaths became treacherously slick with grease. Returning home, faces were masked with dirt, resembling those emerging from a coal mine. Astonishingly, amid this surreal scene, the gravity of the situation hadn't fully dawned on people regarding their health. Number 6. Shocking tales of livestock choking and birds lost in London smog. Beyond the human toll, the dense smog that blanketed London in 1952 wreaked havoc on unsuspecting creatures. Reports emerged of cattle succumbing to the smog, choking to death in its suffocating embrace. Witness the surreal image of a cow adorned with a makeshift mask, crafted from sacking soaked in whiskey and water, a desperate attempt to shield it from the relentless smog. But it wasn't just land dwellers affected. The skies bore witness to a tragic plight as well. Birds, their vision obscured by the thick haze, tragically collided with buildings, meeting their untimely end. Number 7. No ambulances, sick forced to walk or ride underground to hospitals. Step back in time to the haunting era of 1952 in London, where a healthcare crisis unfolded amidst the Great Smog. Ambulances, the lifelines in emergencies, ground to a halt, leaving the sick with no choice but to embark on challenging journeys, either walking or braving the underground system to reach hospitals. Picture this. Maureen Scholes, a young nurse at the Royal London Hospital, recounts the harrowing experience of the smog infiltrating the very corridors where healing should prevail. The atmosphere was so thick that visibility was reduced to a mere blur down the corridor. With traffic paralyzed, heroic policemen resorted to using flares to guide cars through the dense smog. Number 8. The Great Smog of London claimed 12,000 lives and revolutionized laws on air pollution. Smokers, individuals with respiratory conditions, and the vulnerable extremes of the elderly and young bore the brunt of this environmental crisis. The death toll surged to 4 times the usual rate, overwhelming hospitals struggling to cope with the influx of patients. An estimated 12,000 lives were claimed, prompting the government to take decisive action. In 1956, a beacon of change emerged with the implementation of the Clean Air Act. This landmark legislation brought an end to the deadly smogs by banning coal usage in homes and numerous factories in densely populated areas.